if you're looking for a creative way to reinforce this idea of go ye out of Babylon, I think you want to play Cranberry Avalanche. It's kind of a spin on that flour game. If you ever played that as a kid where you make like a mound of flour and you put a penny on the top and you're slicing it with knives, this is just a much cleaner and much more Thanksgiving-y version of that I think has more strategy and more fun. So let me tell you why you're going to teach it first. I really like that the Lord seems to understand that this is going to be difficult. Leaving Babylon behind, even though he endows you with power and strength when you are obedient to his commandments, it is hard to do by yourself. I actually don't think he ever wants you to be in your discipleship by yourself. That's the whole concept of Zion, that we need each other. You hear that a little bit in the verses. This is D&C 133, 5 through 7. Go ye out from Babylon, be ye clean that bear the vessels of the Lord. Call your solemn assemblies and speak often one to another, and let every man call upon the name of the Lord. Yea, verily I say unto you again, the time has come when the voice of the Lord is unto you. Go ye out from Babylon. Gather ye out from among the nations, from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. I think you want to reinforce this teaching that to leave Babylon means we're going to need each other. We need the support that comes with being in a Zion-like society. And there's a cool way to teach it. So you're going to take cranberry jelly. This is, you might like this, but my kids are kind of scared of it. So it was perfect for us. You want to get the one that doesn't have chunks in it. Just the jellied cranberry sauce is what you're looking for. They're usually pretty cheap this time of year, so you might want to buy 5 or 6 of them, depending on how many versions of this game you want to play. But it's pretty simple. You're going to open the can, and for us, we had to slide a knife along the outer edge so that we could easily dump the cranberry jelly out. You just want to dump it pretty carefully because you want it to come out in one big solid clump. And the game is pretty simple. You're going to put 3 quarters on top, and the first round of this game, so the first jar that you're going to use, or first can that you're going to use, you're going to play in a competitive way. This is when you follow the basic rules of that flour penny game. You're going to ask them to try and keep those quarters on the top of the surface and make slices. For us, we made a rule that you had to slice at least as big as a quarter. So you couldn't take these little hair, tiny edges off. You had to make a cut that was at least as big as a quarter and try to keep those quarters on the top surface. You'll play for a few, pass the knives around or give everyone a knife and let them all make cuts. What's interesting about this competitive version of the game is that it's really easy to sabotage the person going after you, right? You'll make a big cut on purpose so that the next person fails and you have a guaranteed win by the time your turn comes back around. It's a whole different vibe to the game. So I would play that way first, just for fun. Don't even explain the object lesson, and then play the second version of the game. Get a whole new can of cranberry jelly and dump it right in the plate again, put the 3 quarters on top. This time, you're going to invite the kids who are playing to play as a team. So ask them, for me, what I challenged the kids was I said, if you can get slices and go around 10 times, then you get the prize. That was their challenge, was to try and get it 10 times. Not 10 people, but it had to make its way around the circle 10 times. And if they could do that and keep the quarters on, then they won the prize. So interestingly, the gameplay was totally different. What they're actually doing was really similar, but how they played the game was so different. Now, they're giving each other advice. They're guiding each other. Same kind of rules apply. They had to cut a slice that was at least as big as a quarter. So sometimes someone would start cutting and they'd be like, no, not right there. Come over here. They'd spin the plate for each other. They'd cheer for each other when they got it and the quarters didn't fall. It was a whole different vibe to the game. And then you would take that example and talk about Zion. But this is essentially what the Lord is offering. When you study 133 and you read about Zion and gathering people in, this is what he's trying to help us understand. There is hard work to be done in this last dispensation of the fullness of time. There's a lot of things we need to do to make his paths straight, and it's going to take a lot of effort. So what he says is, gather, strengthen Zion, build up this kingdom, and you'll have the strength and the cheering section and the support that you need. There's a lot of others in this world who believe that salvation is much more like the first version of the game, that there are a certain number of people who get to win and a certain number of people who get to lose. And, it's kind of cutthroat in some ways. What the restored gospel of Jesus Christ teaches is this is a cooperative effort. We are trying to build Zion and bring everyone home. That's the promise. And hopefully they'll see that after they play a few rounds of the game.